What's good, YouTube? This is your boy Wood, the Indicator Trader, and I am back with the 1-2-3 method. First, before I start this video, I want to speak about stop loss and why I have such a large stop loss every trade. Okay, I trade the hour chart. I do a lot of studying on the market, so I know from this point on, from this entry point on, the market would not do 200 pips. So I put my stop loss at 200 pips. I don't manually put my stop loss in because brokers see it, but I do look at the market from every 30 10 minutes to see my TP is set. So I really don't care what the market do from that entry point on because it's not going to do 200 pips from doing my studying and my back testing and trading for a very long time. So understand, don't be afraid when I say 200 pips stop loss. That's because it don't do 200 pips from the method, okay? So, because if I lowered the stop loss, you're just going to get stopped out because I did a lot of testing. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research in the market. I did a lot, So I know from this point on, it's not doing 200 pips. You have to be able to hold the pullback depending on your lot size, okay? So if I lowered the stop loss, you're going to get stopped out. You're just going to come back to me and say, oh, man, I keep losing the trade. It's hitting 100 pips every time. Duh. That's why I up it to 200 pips every single time. The moment it goes 200 pips, the moment the market does 200 pips from this entry, I'm moving my stop loss to 300 pips. That's how I trade. Because I trade off what the market won't do. I worry about the losses more than the gains. Okay, so I know from this point on, it won't do 200 pips from here. I'm very comfortable trading, put my TP, let the market do what it do. Okay, that's how I trade. I trade off what the market don't do. I worry about stop losses, TP later. Okay, if that makes sense to you guys. So that's why I don't lower my stop losses because you're just going to get stopped out if I lower it and you're going to come back to me and say it's not working. So don't be afraid about the 200 pip stop loss. Worry about your TP will get smashed. This is a guaranteed move. So I had to speak about that. All you have to do is wait for the method. You wait for the setup. It's going to give you 20 pips every single time. If you can trail it down, if you can, but you're getting that 20 pip automatically. 20 pips including spread, okay? So it'll be about 18 pips, but you're getting it, all right? So I know I confuse you guys on so much when I speak about spread, but 20 pips including spread, so it's about 18 pips. But you're getting it trading the hour chart every single time waiting for this method. So I had to get that out the way. Don't be afraid with the 200 pip stop loss, guys. I trade like this every single time, and I promise you, you don't have nothing to worry about if you enter on the right rules. Be scared if you don't follow it. Then you be scared. But if you're following this method, you're good. I promise you. Just have lot size wise. If you have $1,000 in your account and you're trading US 30, don't do more than 2 cents. 1 cent you're risking 200. 2 cents you're risking 400. But you won't blow your account because it won't do 200 pips. You're not gonna blow your account. If you see negative, don't look at the chart. It's going back. Okay, it's going back. It might pull back on you. It might do. It might go instantly in profit. It happens sometimes. But don't worry about drawdown, guys. Do not worry about drawdown. Prepare yourself for drawdown if it does happen. I don't care if this thing pull back 150 pips. I'm not getting out the trade. All right? That's how I trade. I got a stop loss for a reason. Okay? Sometimes it pulls up and it goes back in your favor. That's what happens. But don't worry about drawdown. Not following will. Don't worry about that. We gonna eat. The trade might take 4 hours, but it's gonna hit TP though. It's going to hit the TP. I promise you that. So let's get into it. Step 1. You cannot do this without step 1 because a lot of you guys do not follow rules. I don't know why. I tell you guys the rules and some of you don't follow it. You send me a picture and I tell you you didn't follow the rules. And I know you didn't follow the rules because when you're losing more, you're not doing the rules. That's why I tell you to send me the picture so I could correct you where you went wrong. But I get it, guys. It's okay. You're practicing a method. I'm not expecting you to get it overnight, but I try to explain it the simplest way I could. So I don't. It's mistakes that you're making. It's okay though. You're gonna get good. It's a part of learning. You will get good. All right. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna guide you guys. I got y'all. All right. I got y'all. All right. So look. Step 1 to hit the top of the Will Street. Once we see that, we have a trade in play. Step 2, we need a will alert. Once we get the will alert, all we're waiting for is the WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR to open red. In this case, it opened red due to the previous candles and all the momentum that happened. Okay, so if we look here, we got step 1 here, step 2 here, and then step 3 here. We enter right here, and look, the market pulled back. This is what I'll tell you. The market pulled back. But why panic when you just hop right into momentum? The market pulled back 64 pips. On a regular person, you would get out. You would get out and not even understanding the rules. All right? So don't let this scare you guys. 64 pips is nothing. Look what happens later. The thing drops all the way down 300 pips. And you could have got it if you trailed it. If you know how to trail it down, you're good. Okay, but you could get this whole move because the market never pulled back until about 94 pips. Like it dropped all the way down to 200 pips and then pulled back to 94 pips. So if you had a 20 pip trail, it never went back. And then it dropped all the way down more from that entry, 300 pips. So now you see why I said you could trail it. You just got to know where to trail it. If you put a 20 pip trail, this is your trail way up here. Your trail is right here. The moment you see the market keep dropping, you just move it. Move it to 50, move it to 30, move it to 60. Keep locking in that profit. Every time it keep dropping, you got to just lock it in, lock it in. So let me give you guys a little schoolwork. Okay, you see the numbers on the right? Okay, so here's the 20 pips right here. This is TP. This is what we're going to set on the phone. 27,751.64. That's what we put in as the TP. Once that is hit, we take those same exact numbers and move it to the stop loss. So from that point on, no matter what this market does, you lock in that 20 pips. So as you can see, if you did that, the moment TP was hit, you do gotta be watching this live if you want. The thing about trailing, you can't put the TP. You have to see it hit 20 pips and then enter it, if that makes sense. So once you see that, you move the stop loss. Move the TP to the stop loss, and now you locked in. You already got the numbers. You already know, all right, it's 27,000, blah, blah, blah. You already got the TP. Once it hit that, you just put it in the stop loss. Boom, and then you write it on down. It went past. You just wait for it. You just wait for it to go past. This is watching the market. To trail it, if you don't want to trail it, you just want your TP, just set your TP and let the trade do. But if you want to trail it, don't enter the TP. Watch it hit the TP. Then you enter the numbers as your stop loss and watch the market continue to fall. And as you go, find the different numbers. Find different numbers. Like right here, once it went past 20, I would have moved my stop loss. I would have moved it to price. I would have locked in the 30 pips. I would have moved it to about 27,742. Then as I saw it drop more, I would have moved it to 40 pips. Lock in the 40 pips. Keep locking it. Keep watching it drop, and before you know it, I would have probably been already at 90 pips. So it would have probably knocked me out anyway at 90 pips. But you guys get it, what I'm saying. Lock in the profit, all right? You're going to guarantee get the 20 waiting for the setup. All right, I just got to teach you guys as I'm showing you the setup so you guys know how to trail it. Most people trail. This is the hour chart. So you can go to a lower time frame and move your stop loss. If this is a downtrend, you can go to the lower time frame, like the 5 minute or the 1 minute, and for every lower high that it creates, that's where you move your stop loss. That's where you remove it. So and as it drop down, every lower high it makes another lower high. That's where you move your stop loss. But that's for people who don't know about that. I'm just teaching you how to do it from the H1. But yeah, that is it. That is how you trail it down. If you don't care about trailing it and you got a nice lot size for that 20 pip move, let it hit TP and wait for the next setup. Okay? So here it touched the bottom of the Wall Street again. Here's the will alert. That's step 2. Step 1 to touch the bottom. If it don't touch the top or the bottom, let me explain it. If it doesn't touch the top or the bottom of the Wall Street, you do not have a trade in play. Don't force it. Do not force the setup. If it hasn't hit the top or the bottom of the Wall Street, you do not have a setup. I repeat, you do not have a setup. So it must touch the top or the bottom of the Wall Street to trade. Okay? So I got to get that out because I don't know. Some people just don't listen, man. They don't listen. Like I'm trying to explain to you guys, you want to win, don't trade unless it hit the top or the bottom of the Wall Street on the H1. Okay? If it doesn't hit that, you don't have a trade. All right. Then you do step 2, step 3. So we get step 2 here. What's step 3? Market reopens, and look what happens. Next following hour, it opens blue. That's where you enter. You enter this. Pull back 44 pips, don't matter. We set TP to 20 pips. It knocks us out. It shoots up all the way. You can catch this if you know how to trail it, but as you can see, it would have stopped you out anyway due to the pullback. But you guarantee got the 20. Excuse me, you guarantee got the 20 pips. The 20 pips guaranteed every time you wait for this move. It's just the setup take time to happen. This setup could take about 24 hours to happen. But when it happens, guys, when it happens, you're going to win. I promise you. It touched the top of the Will Street. You got the alert. Price has penetrated up. Now you need the Will alert. That's 2. Boom. It opens red. This open red. You can tell due to the momentum, it opened red. This is your entry. Like I said, you could get lucky sometimes and then go right into profit like this candle. Instantly went into profit. Boom. It dropped 100 pips. That happens. Okay? It's that simple, guys. I can't explain it no more simple than that. 1, 2, 3, trade. You don't see 1, you can't trade. It's that simple. It touched the top, we're back in a sell. Once it touched the top, we're back in another sell. That's step 1. We got the Will alert. Step 2. Price open. Price turned red here. I could tell by the momentum in the back. That candle was not making this turn red. You need about 2, 3 bearish candles for this to turn red. This turned red. This open blue and turned red. This was your entry right here. The moment it closed red. Boom. Pullback was about 67 pips, 70 pips. Who cares? Later, we know we're going to hit TP. Plus, price closed under the 200 EMA, which if you know about the 200 EMA, that's confluence right there. This would have gave you the confidence to hold once it closed under 200. But you guys got to know this. You got to put everything together, guys. Every method I've released, put it together. So when a setup comes, you can catch about, you're looking for 5 different setups. You're going to be able to rate the market, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, you're going to be able to destroy it because you got all these methods in your head that you're looking for. All right. So boom, this is confluence. It closed under the 200. Hold it. This is the H1. It closed under the 200. Hold it. That's more confirmation. Okay. So it touched the bottom. That's step 1. We get the Will alert right here. That's step 2. WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR, this opened blue. Due to the momentum, it opened blue. We enter right here. It instantly put us in profit. And look how powerful this method is because you're dealing with a trend change. You're under the 200. You're under the 200. You have entered a seller's market. And it's still massive. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys. This method is crazy. All right. If you follow it, you're guaranteed 20 pips every single time. Back test it yourself. I'm not making it up. Back test this yourself. 20 pips for US 30. I think about it's oh yeah. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. Regular pairs is different. I'm going to show you guys. 20 pips guaranteed US 30. 20 pips guaranteed gold. I say 10 pips guaranteed GBP AUD. USD CAD 5 pips guaranteed, including the spread when I say this, guys. All GBP pairs guaranteed 10 pips. The NAS 100 guaranteed 20 because every pair moves different. So I had to speak that over with you guys. I'm going to show you guys, though. But look, we entered a trend change, but following the method got us 20 pips anyway. Bam! That thing shot up 200 pips. Now, we know we in the seller's market. We're under the 200. Now, we know every sell we take, we really don't got to worry about it now because we're going with the trend. So it touched back to the top that we entered another sell. We just got to wait for the Will alert and the WILLSTREET&CATOR to open red. Here, this opened red due to the previous candle. Look, that's an engulfing. This opened red. Here's entry. Okay. Boom. There it is. The thing dropped. Okay. Now, listen, guys. If you want going with the trend, hold it a little longer. You're going with the trend now. Hold it. But lock in at 20 pips, though. Don't hold it and don't lock in at 20 pips. Lock that 20 pips in and hold that thing. Okay? Eventually, this came back and stopped you out 20 pips if you was trailing in 20 pips. But, of course, if you're smart and this thing dropping 200 pips, hopefully you locked in about 100 pips on that trail. Hopefully you locked that in. Okay, so that's a winning trade. We see here, boom, we drop all the way down to the bottom of the Will Street. Trend one, step one has happened. We wait for step two. The will alert, this did not open. This open blue. Due to the moment, this open blue. As you can see, momentum shot us right in profit. This thing shot up 300 pips. Hopefully, trailing this thing, you can see how powerful the trail is. Because if you trailed this up, look at this. This thing never went back. And this is a 100 pip trail. If you had a 20 pip trail, it never went back to that 20 pip. It just shot up. So imagine trailing that. Crazy, right? But yeah, you see the guaranteed 20 pips. So here we go. We hop in the sell. We're going with the trend now. We're going with the trend. Once price touch the top, we wait for the will alert. It touched the sell zone. That's step one. Step two, will alert. Step three, WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR must open red or close red. This right here, due to the momentum, this open red. And you got another will alert with extra confirmation. So this thing is going down. Remember, you're going with the trend now. So you can hold this. See how this thing dropped 900 pips? If you had a 20 pip trail, it never went back. See, that's why I say if you trail it, it never goes back. Sometimes it never goes back. But you're going with the trend. This thing never went back. So you would have got all that. You're not scared. What you're afraid of? You're going with the trend and you're trailing it down. Okay. It touched the bottom of the Will Street again. Bomb. Step one. If that doesn't happen, it don't touch the top of the bottom, you do not have step two and step three. Step one is in play. We get the will alert here. Step two. What we're waiting for now. The WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR must open blue. In this case, this open blue due to the momentum. It opened blue. Here's entry. Pull back only happened 50 pips. Who cares? It will never do 200 pips from this entry. You see, if you got in at a 20 pip trail, it kept going. So out of this, if this thing shot up 200 pips, I'm hopefully you locked in 100 of that. Okay. Now look, price come back, touch the buy again. Okay. Now, I know this is going to be confusing to y'all. It touched the buy again, but the WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR is still blue. The only way you enter this, it has to turn red and back blue. Okay? So, in this case, it turned red. Perfect. Now, that just put us back into the step one again. Step one has happened. It touched the bottom. Boom. It touched we got the will alert. This open blue. Okay? Now, this is a good example of what I'm talking about. This was the morning. I could tell by the way it is. Just seeing this big move. This was a morning trade. Now, this is where the balls and the guts come in at. This is where the market tests your emotions. This is where, if I told you that it's a 200 pip stop loss, this is it right here. This is it right here. This is where the market tests your emotions and see if you're going to chicken out. Look at this. You followed the rules. But look how much it dropped. Oh my God. It went for the stop losses, but you didn't know that. This thing dropped 165 pips. Would you have chickened out if I told you it's not doing 200 pips? But you see 165, so you're panicking. You don't trust my word? You don't trust me. You're not going to trust me. After I told you the market would not do 200 pips, you're not going to trust me. You're still going to get out the trade and watch it go back in your favor. That's pretty crazy right there. That's stupid. You're gonna get out and still watch the trade go back. That doesn't make any sense. You're gonna get scared. You're gonna exit, and you're gonna watch it go right back in profit. That's what's gonna happen. So what you do? You trust my word and you hold it, because I told you it's not doing 200 pips. This thing dropped 167 pips in the morning. So what it did? It went for stop losses here. Because they know people got stop losses here. They know people got stop losses here, so they went for it. It's simple. But you see, it never went 200 pips. But a regular trader would have got out because they got scared. Don't be scared when you're following my rules. I done the studying for you. You have no reason to be afraid. That move right there was a test. That was a test your emotions. That was to test you. And if you chickened out, look what happened. It went right back. It went right back into your favor. even more. But of course, if you locked in 20 pips, did it ever go back? It never went back to 20 pips. Now you see what I'm saying? If you lock that 20 pips in, possibly you could catch the trend training. You could catch it, possibly. If you trade this setup every time and you put your TP to your stop loss and you hold it and you catch this move right here, woo! You see what happens. This thing shoots up about 900 pips. You could catch that if you trail it right. It touched the top of the Will Street. Step 1. Will alert. What we're waiting on? WILLSTREET&WILLTRENDCATOR to open red. This happened. This open red. Due to the previous candles, I know they open red. Boom. Instant 20 pips. Of course, if you traded at 20, it would have knocked you out. But remember, the trend is changing anyway. Okay, so as you guys see, this US 30. This US 30 right now. So let's go to a regular pair, then we're going to go to gold. But guys, trust the process. You don't need to be afraid when you're following my method. There's no need to be afraid. Not when you're following me. Not when you're following me. No, you don't need to be afraid of nothing. Looking at GBPAUD, do we have a setup? No, we do not have a setup. This is not a setup. The move already happened. We don't have a setup. We know we're in a biased market. So when this thing go back to the bottom, we know we're going with the trend now. So we're going with the trend. So we really don't have nothing to worry about. We really got more confident. So we want it to drop all the way down to the bottom. That's what we want, to go with the trend. Because if we have to wait till it go back to the top, that's going to take some hours. So in this case, we want it to go all the way back down to the bottom. We'll go right with the trend. So this is GBPAUD. So this is a different pips. Usually this thing doesn't do 200 pips from this entry point on. It doesn't do 100 pips. I mean 150 pips. It doesn't usually do 150 pips. Okay. So here it touched the bottom. This is GBPAUD. We got the will alert. The next step we need. See the will alert right here? You guys see? Will alert. The next step we need is the WILLSTREET&CATOR to open blue. This open blue due to the momentum. Now look what happened. Remember when I told you guys this is guaranteed 10. Trading, you can see you got the 10. You could go for the 20, trailing the 10. Okay? You lock that 10 in. Lock it in. All right? It's because no matter what the market do, you getting 10 pips. It's that simple. So boom, you got the 10 automatic. I'm trying to tell you guys. 10 automatic. So you see it touch, bomb. Boom, this touch. The setup ain't coming to here. But it touched again, so it don't matter. You can't trade this. The setup, the WILLSTREET is still red. Can't do it. You got to follow the steps, guys. Okay, so here it is again. This is blue. Perfect. We want that. It touched the top. That's step 1. We got the will alert step. We got the will alert step 2. This didn't open red. If it did, take the trade, but I hardly doubt it's open red because it's not enough momentum to open red. But if it did, this is your entry. But that's not. This is your entry. Because I'm 100% sure that didn't open red because it's not enough momentum for it to. So here's your entry. Look at the pullback. I like trading regular pairs because the pullback don't be nothing. I'm going for 10 pips anyway. But look, it's only 25 pip pullback. That is beautiful. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Anything under 50, amazing. All right, so boom. Here it is. Pullback 26 pips. Who cares? You get the 10 pips right at the ending of this candle. Boom. TP smashed. But later it dropped 40 pips. But you would have never knew because it would have took you out anyway. Okay, it took you out anyway. Oh, yeah. When you hopped in, it actually... No, you didn't deal with the pullback. It went right into profit. My bad. My bad, y'all. You went right into profit. TP smashed right when you entered. Never mind. Excuse me, guys. Never mind. So, here it is again. Allergies. I have bad allergies, guys. Let me make this smaller. Let's make this smaller so you guys can see that will alert right there. Okay. We touched the top. And then we touched the bottom. We got the will alert. Step 2. Step 1 to touch the bottom of the WILLSTREET. Step 2, we got the will alert. Step 3, right here. That did not open red, blue. It turned blue. We enter right here. We go for 10 pips. TP easy smash. Now, I'm trying to tell y'all. This is no joke. Now you guys say it touched back to the bottom of the street. The WILLSTREET&CATOR is still blue. Can't enter that unless it's red. You don't want to risk it. It had to change back red to back blue. You don't want to risk it. Okay, wait for the sell. It touched the top. Step 1. Got the will alert here. This opened red right when the market opened. How I know? Because the momentum. This opened red. So what the market did to fake you out that it was gonna go up, and then boom, you got the 10 pips. That always happens, guys. Every single time that always happens. It always happens. It's gonna go the opposite before it goes into your favor. It happens. But are you emotionally prepared for that? That's the question. Are you emotionally prepared for it? Because I don't care about drawdown. When I know why I'm going into a trade, I don't care about drawdown. What is drawdown? I know why I enter. I know when I enter from here, it ain't doing 200 pips. It ain't doing 150 pips. I don't care. It can pull back 130. It ain't doing 150. Okay? So here it is. It touched the top of the Will Street. That's step 1. Step 2, we got the Will Alert. Excuse me, guys. This opened red due to the momentum. I could tell you opt in. Now, look, like I said, sometimes they go right into your favor. This went right into profit. Right into profit. If you locked in 10, you would have caught this. You would have caught that down because it never went back to 10. You would have caught that whole drop, and it dropped down 100 pips. Hopefully, you locked in about 50 of that. Let me see. Did this drop? Yeah, it dropped down 160 pips. Actually in reality, it dropped down 300 pips. So hopefully, you locked in about 150 of that. Just move your TP to stop loss and see what happens. All right. Excuse me, guys. Just move your TP to stop loss and see what happens. You might could catch the move, guys. You might could catch it. So here's what I mean about the WILLSTREET&CATOR must go red and then back blue. So this is a good example. Okay, price touch here to the bottom. We got that. Step 1. Step 2, we get the will alert here. It opens blue here. We enter. We see when in trade 10 pips. If we traded at 10 pips, we caught this before it stopped us out. Price came back, touch, we can't enter. You got to look at this live. Price came back, touch, we can't enter. It's less movement of the Will Street on a higher time frames, guys. So prices was here, okay? So here we go. It turned red, perfect. Now we are back into a setup. It touched the bottom. Now we need the will alert with the open blue. This open blue due to momentum. This open blue. So this was entry. Bam. Now, like I told you, move it to 10 pips. And as you can see, you caught this trend change. You're going to catch the trend change if you're doing what I'm telling you. Watch it live. Excuse me, guys. Watch it live if you want to trail it. If you don't care about trailing, set your TP. Let the trade do what it do. All right. So, boom. As you can see, you would have caught that. It never went back to 10 pips. So, you would have caught it. You would have caught this whole big move. And that's the thing of it. It's easy. It's easy, guys. It's nothing hard about this. It's pretty simple. I can't explain it no easier than this, guy. I can't explain it. It can't get no easier than this, than what it already is, guys. I can't explain this thing. Okay. Now, here is gold. I'm showing you guys different pairs so you can see the power of this. Excuse me, bro. My allergies is killing me. Sorry, guys, if that's loud. I really apologize. Oh, my God. How much time we got? How long is this video? Okay, not long, 28 minutes. So here's gold, guys. I don't want to rush through this video. I want to really teach you guys. I'm not going to make this a 5-minute video because that's not fair. I'm going to really talk, and I want you guys to follow me. So here we see gold. Do we have a setup? No, but we do know we are in a seller's market. We know that. Why? We're under the 200. That's just extra confirmation, but it doesn't matter. But if I were you, I'll put it there, the alligator jaw, 200, just to know what trend you're in, okay? Just to know you get better feeling. You feel better when you know you're going with the trend, okay? It feels better. So right here, we look at gold. We do not have a setup in play. It's in the middle of the Will Street. We do not have a setup. It must touch the top or the bottom. We wanted to touch the top since that's the trend, okay? We do not have a setup in play. Trading gold, we got to wait. So here, but we can see what happened here. It went down to the bottom. That's step 1. It hit the Will Street, the bottom of Will Street. We got the will alert, step 2. Remember I said with gold, you can go for 20 pips. This opened blue due to the previous momentum. So you can go for 20 with gold. You can go for 20. Gold moves fast. You can go for 20. So you see if you would have locked in at 20, did price go back? Yeah, price came back and touched it. So it knocked you out. Let me see. I think it knocked you out. I don't know. It might have not knocked you out here. That's very close to determine. Let's zoom in this thing. Did this knock you out? Let's see, guys. You probably would have caught this top. Probably would have caught this. Let me get the right entry. would have been entry. No, it did it. It did knock you out. You caught that move. This 150 pips up. Hopefully, out of that, you locked in about 50 pips. Moving it, okay? Trailing it, hopefully you locked in 50 pips. Now, here's another setup. So now you guys know that this thing is powerful, man. If you follow these rules, you're going to win the trade 99% of the time. It hit the top of the Will Street. Rule 1. Method step 1. Step 2, we got the will alert. This opened red due to the previous candles. Perfect. Entry. It pulled back 20 pips. What's that? Don't care. We trail it at 20 pips. As you can see, we would have caught that whole drop. Price never went back to it. And we would have caught this whole drop trailing it. And if it dropped 384 pips, hopefully you locked in about 150 of that. Or maybe even more. What you guys see, this method is no joke. 1, 2, 3, trade. That's all you do. I don't see step 1, I can't trade it. You see right here live, we can't trade it. It come back to the bottom, boom. That's step 1. Step 2, we need the will alert. Step 3, we need the WILLSTREET&CATOR to open. We need it to open blue. This open blue because that's an engulfing. So boom, this was entry, pullback, nothing. 20 pips, we lock it in. It stopped us out. It's cool though. We got the 20 pips, we got out. But we're going to try to trail it every single time to catch that big move. Remember what I told you guys. If it turned red if it turned red and it did hit the bottom of the Will Street, you could take the trade. So here, touch the top. Step 1, step 2, will alert right here. Step 3, entry right here. Boom, we enter the market. This was 11 o'clock that day, guys. That night, I'm sorry. Boom, we enter the market. Boom, we got the 20 pips. We trailed it down. It never went back to the 20 pips. And this thing dropped all the way down 100. Hopefully you locked in about a good 50 pips out of that. At least half of that. So you guys can see, man, it's no joke. You see, this is a trend change. Even right here, it touched the bottom. We got the will alert. What we need, the WILLSTREET&CATOR to open blue. This open blue due to the previous candles. And look, 20 pips, easy. We're in the trend change. We hop right back into a setup. This one came pretty fast. Boom, we got the will alert. Boom, it opened red here. This opened red due to the previous candles. Another 20 pips. Bam. It touched back of the top. That's another entry. We got the will alert and the WILLSTREET&CATOR to turn back blue. Perfect. So all we need is the WILLSTREET&CATOR to open red. That open red due to the previous candles. Look at the pullback. No pullback. Went right into profit. You trailed this because it never went back. So this thing dropped all the way 600 pips. Hopefully you locked in 300 pips of that. And as you can see how powerful this method is because you're in the seller's market. But look what the 1, 2, 3 do. You're in a seller's market. Strong too. Strong downtrend. But look what the 1, 2, 3 do. It gets you right in. It touched the bottom. You got the will alert. This open blue. I could tell due to the momentum. This open blue, this was your entry. 20 pips. Got it. And you're in a seller's market. You're in it. But the 1, 2, 3 gets you in. It gets you in. I can't explain it no more. It can't get no easier than that, guys. 1, 2, 3 trade. Okay? If 1, 2, 3 ain't trade, I'm gonna show you guys a stock. Let's show you guys a stock. Now this is Tesla. I've been looking at stocks lately. I've been looking at them. I might start trading stocks. Excuse me, because it's getting that easy. The only difference, you see the market open close. The move still happens, but the market is open and closed. So it's kind of hard to determine the candles, but it's the same thing. It touched the top of the Will Street. We got the will alert here. We need prices to open red. This open red due to the momentum. We get in. Tesla moves pretty fast, just like gold. 20 pips. It works on stocks as well, guys. I got to show y'all this because I know y'all going to ask questions. We look at this live. We do not have a setup in play. It has to touch the top or the bottom. We know we're in the seller's market. We're in the seller's market. So we want this to, it don't matter. It can touch the top or the bottom. We're going to win the trade either way. So we see it's a buy setup. You know, boom. It touched the bottom. We got the will alert here. It opens blue. This definitely opens blue. Pull back. We know it's not doing 200 pips from this. It pulled back. But look, it still gave us 20 pips in that candle. So regardless, it pulled back down. It went back up. 20 pips, we got out. 25 pips, it shot back up. So you guys see, man, this thing's This thing is a killer. It looks different. Yeah, I don't know. It looks weird. But you guys see, it works, man. It works on everything. Here, it's just easy. You get the will alert here. Wait for the WILLSTREET to open red. Open red here. We enter. We sell. We got the 20. We lock that in. This thing dropped all the way down 1,000 pips. So you guys see, it dropped back down. We got the will alert. It opened blue here. It opened blue. We could tell by the momentum. We got in 20 pips, easy. Like it's so simple, guys. I can't explain this thing. Here's NAS 100. Now I'm gonna just show you guys pairs from here on out. We are in a setup right now. You see, we're in a setup. When it happens, when you see 1 and 2 happen, what we're waiting on right now? We're waiting on step 3. Once this thing open red or close red, we enter. That is how you do this. So NAS 100 right now is in a setup. But sad today is Friday, so we might miss it. But it's okay. But as you can see, we're in a setup. NAS 100 is in a setup. Step 1 happened. Step 2 happened. The WILLSTREET is still blue. But we're in a uptrend. But it don't matter. Once this thing opens or closes red, we enter for the sell. And we go for NAS, we go for 20 pips. We go for 20 pips with NAS. So same thing as US30. It touched the top. We got the will alert here. It touched top. We got the what? Oh no, wait, did we? The will alert had to come somewhere. Oh, we didn't get the will alert. Weird. But yeah, the setup actually never came. The will alert didn't come. You can't count that will alert because it didn't touch. So that's a mis setup. But yeah, you guys see, man, it's like I can't make this up. I can't make it up. Step 2 didn't happen. I wouldn't have took the trade. I wouldn't have took that trade. Step 2 didn't happen. Only 1 and 3 happened. I wouldn't have took it. Right here, 1 and 2 happened. We're waiting for 3. What you guys see, look. Step 1, boom, entry. 20 pips. Touch the bottom. Step 1, touch the bottom of the WILLSTREET. Step 2, will alert. This open blue due to the momentum. Boom, 20 pips, trail it up. It's that simple. Indicators work. Do you have the right ones? Don't let people try to tell you indicators don't work. They're lagging indicators. Don't listen to that. Those people just don't know how to use them. What I created was problems and fixed them and fixed it through indicators. Don't listen to people. Those people don't know how to use indicators. That's why they say that. But if you follow this 1, 2, 3 method, you will never lose a trade again in your life. You're gonna win it. And I know always people say there's no such thing as guarantee until you meet me. Okay? So that is it, guys. Let's eat, man. Follow these rules. NAS 100, I just gave y'all a signal right now. If you got the WILLSTREET and you got the WILLSTREET and the WILLSTREET, I just told y'all NAS 100 is the setup is about to happen. You about to catch that sale. You about to catch it. You about to catch it. All you need right now is the WILLSTREET to open red or close red, and that's you. That's all you. You getting 20 pips. Easy. All right. So let's eat. Message me if you have any questions. I'm out.